We discovered an abandoned Chrysler that looks like it hasn't moved in years, sitting silently under layers of dust, rust, and neglect like a forgotten relic of the past. Its paint faded by sun damage, tires slowly deflating into the ground, windows coated in grime, interior smelling of old fabric, moisture, and time itself, and no one knowing if this car will even start. But instead of restoring it, repairing it, or replacing worn-out parts, we're attempting something absolutely insane. Driving this abandoned Chrysler a full 1,000 miles to see if it can survive. This is not a simple revival project or a short test drive. This is a brutal endurance challenge that will push a neglected vehicle far beyond what anyone would normally expect, where every mile could reveal hidden mechanical problems, from failing fuel pumps and clogged injectors to overheating engines, slipping transmissions, worn suspension bushings, failing alternators, corroded wiring, rusted brake lines, cracked hoses, and decades-old components ready to give up at any second. Before starting the journey, we begin with a careful inspection of the car in its raw, neglected condition, opening the hood to find brittle hoses, dusty engine components, old oil that looks dark and contaminated, a coolant reservoir that may be low or filled with murky fluid, belts that could snap under strain, wiring insulation that could crumble, and signs that rodents or moisture may have caused damage. We check the engine oil, transmission fluid, brake fluid, power steering fluid, coolant level, battery voltage, air filter, spark plugs, fuel lines, brakes, rotors, tires, suspension arms, steering linkages, exhaust condition, and any visible leaks or cracks, replacing only the bare minimum needed to make the car barely roadworthy. Because the entire point of this challenge is to test how far an abandoned car can really go. Next comes the most nerve-wracking moment. Attempting the first startup after years of inactivity, inserting the key, turning the ignition, listening carefully for the starter motor to engage, wondering if the engine will crank, sputter, backfire, stall, or fail completely, bracing for warning lights, knocking sounds, smoke from the exhaust, rough idle, misfires, fuel starvation, or even catastrophic mechanical failure before we've even moved an inch. But if the engine fires up, we'll let it. Idle, monitor temperature levels, listen for abnormal vibrations, watch the RPM fluctuations, smell for burning fluids, and slowly build confidence that this machine might just be alive. Once the Chrysler proves it can idle without immediate disaster, we prepare for the real test, putting it on the road and committing to a 1,000-mile journey across highways, rural roads, traffic, heat, cold, rain, hills, long night stretches, stop-and-go congestion, and extended high-speed cruising, pushing a car that was never meant to handle such stress after years of neglect. As we start driving, we pay close attention to every sensation. The way the steering feels loose or tight, the brakes stopping power, the transmission's shifting behavior, the engine's throttle response, the vibration through the steering wheel, the alignment pulling left or right, the suspension clunks over bumps, the exhaust tone changing under load, and every new noise that could hint at an upcoming breakdown. Early miles might feel hopeful, but we know that problems often appear only after the car warms up, builds pressure, or faces sustained highway speeds. So we monitor engine temperature constantly to avoid overheating, listen for ticking valves or rod knock, watch for fluctuating oil pressure, track fuel economy to detect fuel delivery issues, and keep a close eye on warning lights that could indicate sensor failures, electrical glitches, alternator problems, or emissions system errors. Along the journey, we may experience rough idling at stoplights, hesitation during acceleration, power loss while merging onto highways, brake fade after repeated stops, squealing belts, rattling heat shields, misfiring cylinders, overheating in traffic, electrical flickering, failing headlights, dim interior lighting, unstable RPMs, vibration at speed, or a sudden stall that forces us to pull over on the side of the road. Each stop becoming a tense moment where we assess whether to continue or call it quits. As the miles stack up, the challenge intensifies, pushing both the car and the driver mentally and mechanically. as we encounter steep hills that test engine torque, long highway climbs that stress cooling systems, hot weather that strains aged rubber hoses and gaskets, heavy rain that reveals wiper failures or water leaks, night driving that tests old headlights and electrical reliability, and long stretches of open road where we wonder if the next mile will be the one that finally breaks the car. We stop at gas stations, rest areas, and roadside pull-offs to check fluid levels, inspect tires for wear or bubbles, feel brake heat, listen for new noises, smell for overheating components, and monitor fuel consumption, documenting every mechanical symptom as part of the experiment, from minor squeaks and rattles to serious engine warnings that make us question whether the car can go on. There may be moments when the Chrysler struggles to start after being shut off, moments when the engine hesitates before catching, moments when the transmission shifts harshly or unpredictably, moments when the steering feels unstable at highway speeds, moments when the temperature gauge creeps upward in traffic, and moments when a sudden noise makes us fear catastrophic failure. But the mission remains the same. Push forward until we either complete 1,000 miles or the car physically cannot. Continue. Throughout the road trip, we'll track mileage progress, celebrate small milestones like the first 100 miles, 250 miles, 500 miles, and 750 miles, and reflect on how shocking it is that a once-abandoned vehicle is still moving under its own power, while also acknowledging the risks of driving a neglected car that could fail without warning at any time. There may be unexpected breakdowns, a dead battery that requires a jump, a flat tire that forces a roadside repair, an overheating episode that demands a cool-down break, a fuel delivery hiccup that causes sputtering, or a sensor malfunction that throws the car into limp mode. And each problem will test our patience, resourcefulness, and commitment to finishing the challenge. The journey becomes more than just a mechanical experiment. It becomes a story about resilience, second chances, and whether something left for dead can still prove its worth when pushed to the limit. As we approach the final stretch of the 1,000-mile goal, tension builds. The engine might sound rougher than before, the suspension might feel looser, the brakes might feel softer, the dashboard might light up with warning indicators, and the car might feel like it's on borrowed time. But every mile completed brings a sense of accomplishment and disbelief that this abandoned Chrysler has made it this far. Finally, after hours of driving, roadside checks, nervous moments, mechanical scares, and relentless forward progress, we reach the final miles of the journey, counting down the last stretch as the odometer approaches the 1,000-mile mark, wondering if the car will survive until the very end or fail just before the finish line. When the milestone is reached, we deliver the final verdict. Did this abandoned Chrysler prove itself as a hidden survivor that defied expectations, or did it confirm that neglect eventually takes its toll? We analyze engine performance, fuel efficiency, reliability, comfort, mechanical durability, breakdown frequency, and overall survivability, breaking down whether this car deserves restoration, retirement, or respect for making it farther than anyone thought possible. In the end, this challenge proves something powerful, that even forgotten machines can surprise us, that endurance tests reveal the true character of a vehicle, and that sometimes the cars we least expect can still fight through impossible odds. And now, after witnessing this abandoned Chrysler attempt to conquer a 1,000-mile journey, one question remains. Would you trust an abandoned car on a road trip like this, or would you leave it where it was found? Before we wrap up, if you love rail car stories like this, abandoned rescues, insane road trips, rare finds, and legendary restorations, then MotorVault is the place for you. MotorVault isn't just another car channel. It's a home for true automotive passion, where forgotten machines get second chances, hidden gems get uncovered, and impossible challenges get pushed to the limit. If you enjoy watching cars get revived from the brink, tested beyond their limits, and brought back to life with real dedication, you'll feel right at home here. Every video on MotorVault is built around storytelling, authenticity, and raw automotive adventure, from barn finds and restoration projects to high-risk endurance tests and deep dives into automotive history. By subscribing to Motor Vault, you're not just supporting a channel. You're joining a growing community of car lovers who appreciate engineering, resilience, craftsmanship, and the emotional stories behind every machine. So if this abandoned Chrysler's journey inspired you, shocked you, or entertained you, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and stay locked in for upcoming projects that will take things even further. We've got more abandoned builds, extreme road tests, rare supercar stories, budget rescues, and mind-blowing transformations coming soon, and you won't want to miss what's next. Drop a like if you enjoyed this challenge, share your thoughts in the comments, and let us know what car you want to see revived or tested next. And remember, at Motor Vault, we don't just drive cars, we uncover their stories, push their limits, and bring legends back to life. Stay tuned, stay passionate, and we'll see you in the next Motor Vault adventure.